As you can see, we've got around about 16 to 17 on the line. As we look at that starting list, Luke Cloud, of course, number 4, Jed Beaton. Both of these guys very quick in qualifying. Aaron Tanti, Nathan Crawford, Hayden Melross, Liam Jackson, Luke Zielinski, Jess E. Madden, Cody O'Lone, Brandon Steele, Elijah Weiss are just the 11 there. 13 on the start gate, but we are only taking 10 to the final out of this race. And this also determines their start pick for the final races.
Yeah, and I think it's really important. We're going to see the gate drop here to get a good start to set yourself up for that Triple Crown tonight.
First race of the night, blast out to the gate. Who can get the jump? Looks like Cloud. He's been very quick in our opening round. And again, it comes out firing on all cylinders. There is Nathan Crawford there in second. It looks like the 2:15 machine of Liam Jackson sitting there in third place, but getting eaten up already as we see one of those Yamaha riders of Jed Beaton already pushes himself there into third. Also
away with this thing.
Well, I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing here. Oh, foot off. I saw you squirm just as much as I did right there. Jed Beaton, he is looking so strong. Now, we brought it up into round 1 and 2. He has not done Supercross for a long time, but I tell you what, he looks like a seasoned pro at the moment. The way he is blasting through these turns, not as much Supercross time in recent years, but he has picked this up.
Well, Jed,
Clouds. Great off the seat, up and over towards the rhythm section. One of the early riders to step up to the quad here. Step on, off, a little bit long, but still goes for the 4. Around the turn for the final time. What a way to start the night for Luke Cloud. That, of course, is Luke Cloud, Aaron Tanti. Beaton holds on for third place. Crawford, Melross, I wanted to mention him before, back there in fifth. Zielinski, Madden, O'Lone, Gulot, Jackson, and Steele are the 11th. So unfortunately for Brandon Steele, he just missed out on that transfer across. What a shot it is right here. You can see how big the crowd is. Great spot just off to the side there on the grass. You don't often see that in too many of the stadiums around. And just how close it is to the city as well.
Yeah, I'm down here with Luke Cloud. Luke, that's a way to start your night with a heat race win. You look very comfortable out front, hitting the quad coming into this last corner too. So is it all starting to click for you tonight?
Yeah, I felt comfy. Got off to a great start. Tonight's very important, so we started off the night off on the right foot. Felt really good out there actually. Hit my marks and yeah, see where we stack up tonight.
There you go, very important night for Luke Cloud.
Nothing easier, and we're going to see the gate drop, nothing easier than getting an easy win.
Well, we'll see how the red bikes get out of the gate. Savachi wastes no time at all. Wilson got eaten up just a little bit. He sits back there in fourth place. The 102 machine of Matt Moss there, very close to being jumped on by the 64 machine of Dylan Wills as they make their way across the finish line for the first time. Wilson looking for an opening here, square up off this, dive to the inside, but a lot of wheel spin leading into that one. This is new, off the berm to the inside.
Yeah, he needs to block Mossy right here. That's really what he needed to do.
Oh, no!
Mossy caught the tough block there. I was going to say he really just needed to block Mossy's line. Not so much the way that it was going to go there, but yeah, that's unfortunate. Nothing that Dean Wilson did wrong. I think Mossy just got off to the side of the track on the left a little bit.
Well, but Mossy pulled out of that. Let's have a look at this replay. So Mossy pulls out of jumping it, but unfortunately just a little bit wider, and yet the tough blocks just grabbed him. He's very lucky. He landed perfectly down that down ramp.
Yeah, and really he's got to back out of it there, right? Like when you're that close, back out of it, roll that jump. It's just the heat race. There are no points paid in this race. You know, you got to race it 2 rounds at Redcliffe. You got to race it 1 round in Canada. Things are starting to come together, and his confidence is exploding.
Well, he will pick up the first victory for the night for himself. Comes around, heat number 2, race win for Joey Savachi.
Yeah, if I was everybody else, I would be very nervous about how Joey Savachi looked right there.
Wow, the crowd going nuts there. Let's head down to Trent with our race winner.
Down here with Joey Savachi. Joey, that's a way to start a heat race. Good start. Get out in front and just do your laps cleanly. How does it feel out there tonight?
Yeah, it's good. That's pretty much what the doctor ordered. Just need to do that 3 more times, and we'll have ourselves a good night. So yeah, track's a lot different than earlier. It's just new, so like I'm kind of missing my marks a little bit at the beginning, but yeah, 3 good starts tonight will go a long way.
Big smile says it all, guys. He's ready to go win tonight.
The form that we saw out of him just then, I'd be scared as we take a look at heat number 2 race results. Of course, it was Savachi, Wilson. Wills comes through there in 3rd. Jack Mather there in 4th. Zachary Watson, one of the privateers, Joel Whiteman, Joel Evans, Robbie Marshall, Joel Siciliano, Jesse Bishop, and Matt Moss in 11th. Does that mean he didn't make it through?
I don't know what that means. I'm scared to know what that means for Matt Moss right now.
On track at the moment, the SX1, the big boys. There is Nathan Crawford, 199, making his way to the start line as we take a look at the start list here for the first of our finals. Joey Savachi, Luke Clout, Dean Wilson, Aaron Tanti. All of these guys very fast in their heats. Dylan Wills also is up there, beaten Jack Mather, Nathan Crawford, Zachary Watson, Hayden Melross, and Joel Whiteman, the 11 on the start here, plus a whole bunch more in behind them. We saw some pretty quick heats earlier on. It's be tough to go against Savachi with the way he was looking.
He looked incredible, right? But you could say the same thing for Shane McElrath. When he didn't get the start, he didn't look that way. So Dean gets a whole shot, Luke Clout gets a whole shot, and Joey's back in the pack. He may not be able to ride the way he wants to, and everything looks different when you're in traffic versus when you're out front. He's got some heavy hitters all the way up the inside. Tanti, Beaton, and Clout can all get great starts and push Dean out.
Clout got a great one in his heat. We're about to get that answer as the gates go down.
Clouty got a great jump if he can hold this inside.
So did Savachi. Oh, Clout forceful, but up the inside. Zeta whole shot across to Aaron Tanti, and then the other Australian, both riders quadding in. Savachi also very forceful as Robbie Marshall goes down in the back. There is Joel Evans as well, the 45 of Melross down. That is a yard sale at the moment. Oh, we looked. Let's look back. There is passes everywhere at the moment. Clout leading this one. Is that Wilson?
Yeah, Wilson makes the move there on Savachi, the edge of traction every single corner with the front tire.
Well, possible mistake there for Clout as he looks back and sees the big red machine with a number 9 sitting in behind him. Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we might have just lost Savachi in the background of that shot. He's not there. Was that him off the back there? Look in the background. Watch the 17 just to the outside. A little short. Whoa!
He got off really easy there. Lost a ton of time.
That's the first time a tough block has helped anyone tonight.
Yeah. So that's big for Savachi. I mean, virtually we don't even see him. He's back in 7th place now. So he's essentially out of this fight. That's big for the points. He came in as the points leader. So for Wilson, once he realizes, and you already see him picking up the urgency, he may not be able to catch Luke Clout here, but if he can make up some points on Savachi, that could loom large as far as the championship goes.
As it runs at the moment, Clout moves into the lead, but this pass up right here will even the score between Clout and Wilson. Both riders on 67 points in the championship.
Passing it as a premium, you have to find passing zones and have a plan. He set that up perfectly. He didn't have to really make a move. All he had to do was get alongside him, just as Joey Savachi's trying to do. All you have to do is get alongside. When they try to turn, if you're sitting there, there's nothing they can do about it.
Making the pass there for 6th place is Joey Savachi. That was past Jack Mather as he quads his way into the turn. That is the jump that pulled him unstuck only a couple of laps ago, so hasn't phased him whatsoever, and he will work
right out of this corner.
Last lap board is now out. You're exactly right. He's got a good drive, not quite close enough. He's going to go to the inside here in the next turn, but he's not close enough, is he?
He's just got to block. Oh.
And that's it.
Full commitment from Clout there. That was huge. You saw Wilson trying to push in there, but he also understood if he pushes any further and Clout still commits, they're going to have a massive crash. So it's almost like a game of chicken. And now Clout kind of has the gap that he needs to take this all the way to the end. And for Dino, he knows that was it, right? When you said it was it, Dino knew that. You see all of his fight is kind of gone, and he'll have to take it into the second race.
He has 2 more finals to go. He knows exactly what to do now. Luke Clout bringing all the confidence, picks up the first win. Let's head down to Trent.
Down here with Luke Clout. Luke, No, you only got a small amount of time to get through, but what a way to start the night. You got out front, put those laps in, you had pressure the whole time, and that last lap there, Dino tried it, but you just full commitment and got it done. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels good. That was an intense race, honestly. I'm pretty, I don't want to say effing, but I'm pretty effing cooked after that one, so yeah, we'll see how we go.
There you go, boys. He's ready to go for that one, but it's a lot of work out there.
And that just shows the intensity, right, for these riders. They are some of the fittest athletes in the world. And as he said right there, the intensity, you just don't realize how much it really draws it out of you. As we take a look at the race final #1 of the SX1, Luke Cloud, of course, your winner in front of Wilson Tanti. Jed Beaton held on there for 4th place. Savachi manages to salvage 5th place, pick up some very valuable points. Wills, Mather, Crawford back there in 8th. On his return to Supercross, Whiteman, Watson, and Melross, who we did see down early in that race as well, so a good comeback for him.
Yeah, and you just you saw how out of breath Luke Clout was, and we talked earlier about some tracks you kind of have to race the track, other tracks you can push so hard that you race each other. This is one high intensity, flat out. So right now, all these guys are focused on get their breathing down, get their heart rate down so they can push again in race 2, because if they start race 2 and their heart rate's high 100s, it's going to be really hard to maintain that. You see Jed Beaton trying to get the arm pump out of his arms, shaking that blood out of his arms, and it's a tough ask to turn around this quickly and go again.
So the 30-second board is now up. The time for rest is over. You need to get that mindset switched back on. You're about to go for another 10 laps at 100% maximum effort. And it is a big ask to come back. It's very difficult after getting the heart rate to spike as high as it does. Try and bring it down to do it all over again. Can we see another great start from the Kawasaki on the inside? Does Savachi get out a bit cleaner? Oh, the Kawasaki swamped. It looked like that #8 machine of Watson got off to a good start, but it's a Honda out front. I think, is that Savachi?
It is Savachi out front. Nathan Watson with a great start, but Dino up the inside. And all those guys have very similar type setup to the first race, except for Luke Cloud. He didn't get the start he wanted. So now he's in the position that Dean and Joey were in the first one, where he's in that 4th, 5th spot. He's going to have to move forward quickly. But for Joey, this is just what the doctor ordered. Thankfully for him, it was a quick turnaround, so he gets to try to right that wrong immediately instead of going back to the paddock and stewing on that mistake he made.
Great move there by the #4 machine of Luke Clout as he passes his way into 3rd. Jed Beaton right there, battling it out with the 199 machine of Nathan Crawford. Melross also amongst this little battle as well. That there is back a little bit further for 5th, 6th, or 4th, 5th, 6th, I should say.
The one thing you can't do is turn a 2nd into a 5th, 7th, 9th. You just have to be willing to accept the 2nd, and we'll go get him in race 3. So.
Oh, whoa! Is that our race leader? It is. Savachi has got all tangled up coming off the top of that step over.
And I think he still has the lead.
I think he does.
Yeah, he's still out front because of the gap that he pulled, and actually a reasonable lead.
So, watch the right-hand side here. Jumps off track. Wow! He got saved by the catch fence. He was clean off.
That was like a skateboard freestyle move. I don't know that I've ever seen anything like that happen in a Supercross race, and I've been going to these things for 40 years. I've never seen that happen.
That was a massive moment and still holds the lead. I cannot believe it. Those catch fences are actually brand new to the bridge.
I don't know if many people understand how bad that could have been.
Yeah.
That could have been absolutely catastrophic. And not only did he come out relatively unscathed, he's still going to win this thing.
Some very important points, and let me put this to you. At the end of this race, this finishes this way, which it looks like it's going to be. Savachi, Wilson, Clout, all tied on 67 points in the championship. A very important win for the 17 of Joey Savachi.
I can't wait to hear his comments after that, because that... We could watch Supercross for the rest of our lives and probably never see something like that happen again.
On 41, so it really is going to come down to that final race for the round overall. Let's head down to Trent with the winner.
Joey, what a wild main event that was. Talk us through that incident, like that, landing on the catch fence and saving and still getting a win too out of all that. I mean, crazy.
Yeah, it's not what I wanted. First one, just bonehead mistake. Put myself not in a great spot, but yeah, that was. I saw he was coming up short, but I thought he was going to be okay, and his hand blew off, and he just went left, and I tried to sneak by, and I don't know how I saved it, or saved it per se, but we'll take it and try to do it again in the last one.
There you go, guys. Don't know how he saved it, but he made it work.
Yeah, look, I call that a save. Jason, do you call that a save?
Well, yeah, there's our explanation, right? There was a down rider on the takeoff, and he was dodging that. So I thought he just made a big mistake, but we didn't know about the down rider before that.
Final two number results, of course. Joey Savacci, your winner in front of Dean Wilson, Luke Clouds. Back through the rest of them. Jed Beaton in fourth place. Dylan Wills, Nathan Crawford, Hayden Melross, Joel Whiteman picking up an eighth place. Zachary Watson, Jack Mather, and Tanti. After we saw him up the front, and another mistake right there. Don't know what happened to him.
Track's treacherous. One small error, and these guys are off the side of the racetrack and down.
So, a big night of results for a lot of these riders as we are set to get the final race of the night underway. It will be the SX1. Here is the start list for the final number 3. Joey Savacci, Luke Cloud, Wilson, Tanti, Wills, Beaton, Mather, Crawford, Watson, Melross, and Whiteman. You saw Watson, Melross, and Whiteman have a pretty good race the last time out, grabbing themselves places deep inside the top 10. The rest of the riders, a big field here for our SX1 as we are underway. And a great start once again for Luke Cloud. Savacci to the inside. Big shot there for the Zeta hole shot. I could not pick who got that, so it wasn't. Sorry, it was not Savacci, it was Tanti, and then Clout gets moved out of the way. That was
brutal for Luke Clout. Goes in, pretty much has the whole shot, gets pushed out 2 corners in a row, goes from first to, I don't know, 10th. That was a really, really rough turn of events. Got Joey Savacci second. He dove to the inside of both Clout and Tanti there. And then Wilson desperately trying to get up, making a pass on Wills.
Oh, almost loses the front wheel there was Dean Wilson. Bad spot to do it right in front of the up ramp to the triple. And this is dangerous for Wilson. He really needs to catch up to these guys, not let them get away. The intensity needs to be there.
We've seen this movie before. I don't think Dean Wilson can close in on Savacci without a mistake. Now, the other variable, as you see Tanti go off the track, that's what I was about to say, is the mistakes could be prevalent in here. We're assuming that things are going to go exactly how they should. One big mistake could change everything very quickly. And Joey Savacci's, he's made 2 huge mistakes tonight. One he paid a big penalty for. The second one, he was still able to win the race. So just because the results look the way they are, that doesn't mean they're going to stay that way.
Savacci stretches the lead out at the same time as a line that's working very well for them. Wilson a little bit lower over the triple that time around. Let's see the speed difference through here. Wilson to the inside.
That's that line we talked about earlier on in the night. Their left side of the whoops is better. Not many riders are going there, so Dean can get a really clean line blitzing down. The problem is when you get to the corner, it's such a tight angle that you're not able to double in. So maybe on the next lap, if you can get closer, you would be able to just block him and not do the double. As you see, Hayden Melross, veteran, comes back to racing upside down, unfortunately, but gets back going.
Down, unfortunately, in this race, but you're right, back up and running, and with an update, I'm sure. Let's head down to Trent.
Yeah, down here, Trent.
Let's look at this replay. Oh, is that Clout? Well, there's another rider. Oh, I think that's Crawford.
Yep.
It is Nathan Crawford. Ooh, that's a bad spot to be in line.
Similar to past what we saw Matt Moss in qualifying practice earlier. Similar crowd, trying to jump through, catches an edge, loses the front. Joey, that could completely change the tone and the narrative of this championship.
You saw the way Wilson went through there, then the wheels just getting a little bit loose as we see Wilson onto the back wheel now. Savacci would definitely be feeling the pressure. Very quick out of there though was Savacci, able to do the first 2. The much better option out of them as we're coming to the end here. 2 laps to go in this race. Can Wilson push it through? Tanti is still there. a good 3 seconds over everyone else. It says 1.6, but it is well and truly a lot more from there as he works his way around the final turn towards the checkered flag. He will pick up another win and claw back, or extend those points in this championship.
Credit to Joey. That was a great ride. Big mistake in the first one. Didn't let him rattle him through the rest of the night, and even with mistakes, those are some big points he got tonight. Came in with the red plate, going to lead with it as well.
Let's head down to Trent, who has our winner.
Joey Savacci winning that last one, win for the night overall. I mean, started rough, but you turned it around in the end. Smile says it all. I think pretty happy with that one.
That felt good. It's, you know, the day was going so good. It was frustrating in that first one. Just a honestly dumb mistake. I shouldn't have gone for it, and I did. It was one of those things where, like, you got to be patient when you're not out front, and I was being patient, but I started trying to force the issue a little bit too much. But yeah, I mean, I had to get the whole shot, or I needed to get out front early, and yeah, I was about third off the gate. Actually, it wasn't my best start, but we made it work. Was able to get up underneath one of the boys right here, and then was able to get by my teammate early on, and I got some lappers at a bad spot. So Dean made a big push, but man, I'm happy to do it again. And yeah, it was, dude, the crowd was awesome. I love it.
There you go, Joey. Joey did it the hard way, but he got it done.
So it gives you an idea of exactly the mindset of these riders, making sure they protect those lines the entire way through. Another 25 points awarded to Joey Savacci in this one. Wilson Tanti holds on for third. Beaton still back there in fourth. Clouds, after going off early, he manages to pick up fifth place. Wills, Mather, Whiteman, Watson, Zielinski, and Madden, your 11 riders. As we get a great overview of this circuit, what a night it has been, and watching this crew get around this track has really been spectacular tonight. A very different condition circuit that we're used to seeing, and it really played against a lot of these riders.
Yeah, and I think the Triple Crown was a big part of that, right? So many laps from so many riders, and once we got into the racing, they, you know, the track crews weren't able to get out there. It just got a lot more challenging and a lot rougher than it would have been on a normal format. So that's part of racing. You have to make bike changes, you have to make mental changes to appropriate for that, and Joey did the best job of it.
Well, let's head down to the presentation.
We're down here for the Wollongong Triple Crown SX1 overall podium, and join me on stage for this, Roy Chamberlain, the president of Motorcycling Australia, to hand out the awards tonight. Let's start with third place on the podium, and it will be the number 4 Empire Kawasaki of Luke Cloud. Second place will be the SCT Logistics number 1 of Dean Wilson. And your winner of the Wollongong Triple Crown, the number 17 Boost Mobile Honda of Joey Savacci.
There you have it, 1, 2, 3 in this class, and it has got a lot of exciting races still yet to come over the next couple of rounds. Certainly this race, this championship, has not been decided tonight. It could have gone either way and extended that lead out. Jason, it's been a great night of racing. What are your real takeaways, do you think, from this class, SX2? What is the big ones for you?
Well, I think for SX2, Shane McElrath really emerged as the clear championship favorite. He showed up and told everyone, like, hey, if you want to win this championship, you're going to have to take it away from me. And in SX1, I think it's wide open. Dean came in, and everybody kind of was like, well, here we go, Dean Wilson show again. Not so fast. Joey Savacci is here to win and fight for this championship.
I agree 100%. This one is going to go down the wire, and it's more exciting racing yet to come. Thank you so much, Jason, for joining us. Be sure to join us next in Adelaide for the Boost Mobile Supercross Sprint, November 15 through to 17. Visit australiansupercross.com.au for upcoming event dates and where to buy your tickets. On behalf of Jason Thomas, Trent Marr, and myself, Danny Ham, thanks for your company. We will see you again next time the gate drops at Supercross.